Can't nobody tell me nothing. So,
went back on active duty, went to Afghanistan for 2 tours. Lost a good amount of friends over there, and I got to sit there and listen to this asshole about these indirect loss from 9/11. Give me a fucking break, bro.
Let me say this. See, this is a guy, John, who should be advised. We talk about war and homeland security. That chicken hawk, John Bolton. This guy signed up. This is a guy who put his life up on it. Yep. That's it.
Is that Bobo type in for the yellow?
Yeah, listen,
So-
let's come out of the military.
I think I'm not pixelated on Jarvar. Jarvar.
Yeah, well, John, I said Bobo straight.
I think.
I don't think he's still straight.
I peeled potatoes in Penang, motherfucker.
I believe in my heart.
John, let's have a story of some payback here, John. When you got that spot for all your pay, were you able to round up and kill a few?
So our first tour there, we did pretty much door kicking and chain clearing. Our second tour there, we were an artillery unit, and we fielded the only 155 millimeter, which is the largest howitzer that the military has to offer.
I do. I can't believe it.
155 artillery unit.
Smothered and covered. I wish. We don't have IHOP over here, which sucks.
And we wound up shooting somewhere upwards of about.
But that means I think people are fans of the pixelation, honestly. TBH, LBR. Uh-oh.
We had a couple close encounters.
I think it's the set. I think it's the restream. I think this computer can't handle the restream too well for some reason. I don't know.
And certain areas of the valley,
I don't
the altitude was too high, so they were only
Oh,
method of being
jeez.
saved was having indirect fires that would rain down on them. That would just basically obliterate the shit out of them. You'd go out there and what they call a BDA, a battle damage assessment.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
God.
remind people that you put your
I
life on
done
hold.
did it to my
You
damn
joined the
self
military.
with my freaking back. Oh, man.
Between active duty and reserve service, I did 17 before I got medically retired for
I fucked myself up, man.
So here's a guy who put his life
Fucked
on hold,
myself up.
was so pissed off about 9/11 that he actually put on a uniform, probably suffered. I mean, this guy,
9/11 hands and things.
yeah, I won't tell you. It's just a miserable place. And he
Official.
decided
Oh,
to take
get
his
an
life, his one
email.
life, and put it on the line. Now, this is a real man. That's a real man. That's a fucking real man, right?
Huh?
And that's a person who loves his country. You know, these people, I
Well,
love my country. What have you done for it?
It's not both,
Right.
but
Well, honestly, Robin, I mean, as much as I love this country, I'm disgusted and disgraced by what the country's becoming. Well, I understand that, but you have a right to say that.
all right, John.
And that's what I tell people when they tell me love it or leave it. I loved it, did everything I could for it.
Well, you sure did.
So I
Thank
have to make my own.
All right, Howard, I appreciate it. Y'all take care. I've been listening to you for years. And this is the
And
first
I
time I've
have
ever
to
been able to get through it. Let's see it back when I came on here.
you. Thank you for defending us. Thank you for, when I look at this
Well,
list.
that's
in the
how you
Daily
make
News,
it. You
everybody-
either make it with well, you can make it, I guess, with
Thank you.
vegetables, but if not, it's
that. I'm gonna throw away the life I have now. And
potent or some shit, or else you have to make it with
I'm going to the military, lowly private,
vodka
I'm just
or
gonna
brandy.
humble myself and just join the
And it takes like months.
Look at this guy.
Or I don't know.
Not stealing.
Huh?
All right, start.
Thanks, Howard.
What?
Right. All right.
And when I say stealing, Val,
I know.
Hey, I had a battle with a related injury too, and when I was in the service, I run my finger on the French fry machine.
All right. I'm not gonna knock in, but Bobo, all right, up with the 912, right? We got that all straight now? That's right, we got it all straight now. Okay.
so how did your brother die?
With a heart attack.
Yeah.
What?
With 9/11.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bobo.
What?
At the top of my head, my lesions.
Wait, now I'm
Why
missing.
did you
Or
call
what
that?
he pretends that his
Well, there you go.
brother
Says,
died.
by the way,
Yeah,
Because he died on 9/11 of a heart attack.
no, they've gone over this a bunch, but
I
yeah,
feel like I know that they have.
yeah, but I think,
I miss it every time.
yeah, I know, I kind of get that back. No, I think so, let's see, his brother thought that his daughter, which would be Bobo's niece, was in the building that went down.
Okay.
And I guess they determined there was like a 3-hour period where he was worried and didn't know where she was. And he thought maybe she died. And then on September 12th, the brother had a heart attack. But then like a year ago, they like found photos of Bobo wearing these like patches that like family members of like people, family of victims of 9/11 were wearing. And he was like trying, I guess Bobo didn't know how much they knew. He was trying to say like, he was telling people my brother died at 9/11. And he's like, it didn't go correctly. And then I think Shuli got the whole story or something like that.
What is the T-shirt that 9/11 people wear?
No, I think it was like a patch on the shirt. But-
What is it?
I don't remember.
I lost my family to 9/11.
I don't want to say what I don't know. But then, like, because you know, like Bobo makes like Howard Stern merch.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Well, like, because then, like, they've also.
I should start doing that.
Yeah. Because there isn't any like official Howard merch. So even Howard's, because like there's no like.
Yeah,
place,
maybe that's what they could hire me.
And but he also, I think they like police outfits. He just wants
What?
He wants to be involved.
Wait. What kind of Howard Stern merch?
I think he had like a jacket.
How does it relate to him wearing police outfits?
Like it's like a reoccurring thing where they like go over like how Bobo's trying to imply he's part of something he's not. Bobo acts like he's not doing it on purpose. But then even Howard's going like, I don't make any merch. Like you're making it seem as if you work here. Because I think Bobo likes to get recognized. And I think that was like that he has that like Howard fist or something like that.
Oh, is that the like what kind of merch is he making?
We'd have to go back and listen. You know, like you can like, I mean, you have to run with customize everything.
Yeah, well, you can go to like one of those T-shirt sites or whatever and just make like a fucking shirt.
Yeah.
So is that?
I can't. I mean, it's been a long time.
Didn't-
At this moment, I can't. I don't want to confirm. I think case closed.
I mean, because I would think that Howard would have a real problem with that.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed to have mellowed a little.
Well, I
He didn't
mean,
seem to. He didn't seem to care too much. I don't know. He seemed to have like a soft spot for Bobo.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said.
That's all I know. So that brings it. Let's continue
Okay.
with the lights.
This is you need to be you could at least you should be streaming the Howard Stern or at least giving them to me and then stream. This is a needed supply and demand. I need it and it sucks. It's gotten way worse.
You have like a
Do you have a lot of
memory or a USB or something?
What do you mean, like a flash drive?
Yeah. Like you just put them on there. And be
What are you doing?
Ah,
oh, don't do Tyrone doing yoga. Oh, did you?
I have brought this device. You know what I mean? Oh,
I
man.
think it's called An Evening with Beverly Loughlin. You know that actor Craig Robinson? It's like
Craig.
a kind of larger built African American man.
Oh, I like that. Oh my
He-
god,
have you
there's this one
It's that
husband.
lesbian.
Hey,
Lesbian.
is that me? How do I feel like you told me?
No, you could be a lesbian. Is this a fellow lesbian? I can't quite tell. Is that my volume over?
Hello. But he plays. I like. This is. You gotta see this, but it reminds me a lot of like Tyrone, not just because he's a large black man, but he plays this like legendary cult guy who's like gonna give this performance in a hotel, but for 90% of the movie, all he does is go. And I won't give away the ending.
Wait, what is this movie?
It's insane. Like I looked at, I don't know how I stumbled. Like because when I go to Maine, there's like one channel, so I'll load up on movies. I don't know where I heard it. It's like a fairly new. Oh, the guy who did direct some. I don't know, but like Aubrey Plaza's in it. I'll make you a copy, but yeah, and she like all of a sudden it's kind of like campy, like she suddenly divorces her. It's like absurd. It's like sort of David Lynchy, but meets kids in the hall. Like she divorces her husband. She just like decides she hates him. Then she goes on the run with who's in Flight of the Conchords.
Which one?
Uh,
The big one or the little
big
one?
one. I don't
Okay.
know, Jermaine.
He was in, like, what movie? Oh no, he was in. You know what he was in? Was Divorce with Sarah
Oh,
Jessica
yeah.
Parker. Did you see
Well,
that?
I went to one time. I went to my mom. And she was watching that. And I was like, "What?" I thought she was watching like Flight of the Conchords.
I know it's weird.
Hard
It's
to
a
take
weird
him serious.
mashup with Sarah Jessica.
Anything he says is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's weird. I can see that totally.
And so they go, and then so she like I forget how she winds up with him. And so then like they wind up going to this hotel, and there's like a big advertisement tonight. Beverly Loughlin will be playing. I think is and like they keep like bumping it into him. She's like head over heels obsessed with this guy, and every time they bump into him, he just goes, and he's like controlled by this manager. And like each night, he keeps delaying the performance by 24 hours, and you don't think he's gonna. And like everyone's saying, like he's the most amazing performer in the world. And he finally gives.
And let me guess, he's not.
You gotta see it for yourself. And he's just like, it's just amazing. You don't come across a movie like that.
Wait, so it's a new movie.
It came out in like the last 3 years. Maybe I could find a trailer for it. But this guy was like so Tyrone. Because I just have some video in from Tyrone was like doing some. I guess it was supposed to be Yoda. And like you, but he kept like stuttering like you, or no, he's laughing.
Has anybody? So I triple dog dare you to call Tyrone.
I've tried before.
When?
Well, so I think this was like right before Samantha's birthday.
Your beta.
Like he texted me. Like,
Hoxie, is that you? Hoxie, why are you like faux trolling right now?
Because he's a host buster.
Is that what Hostbusters do?
No, I asked you a question.
They just
He's a host buster.
subtly heckle you
He's
from
gotta
the internet. Okay, we're turning. Okay.
This is the trailer.
Yeah, show it
I
to them.
lost everybody.
Anyone seen this movie?
Remember the man in the plaid hat? Mr. Beverly. Beverly's a woman's name. No. It is a Scottish woman's name.
Okay, let me switch it so you can see if you're doing a good job.
Oh.
Mm.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Can anybody hear me? I'm trapped under the ice. Who is Beverly Loveland?
You're watching Disney movies?
Let's do this.
Fuck up, Bobo.
Me, man. Right, go.
Although I don't know quite what's going on, I'm having a great time. And you nailed it with this cheesy onion rings.
I need you to protect me, okay?
Yes, I can do that.
The mystery of Colin is deepening.
Go deeper, if you dare.
Good luck, everyone.
Lando walk. Chris, Beta Walker.
I think you're the most beautiful woman I have ever met.
Every girl needs a Colin.
Am I looking forward to the event? It will
Every
be
time you go one.
A column.
Magical.
magical. Oh, this Jensen's shooting water.
Shout out to Russell Cook.
It's quite a
No
delicious.
one's ever said that before. and that's all I can say about it. What, Humphrey?
They don't give a shit.
Oh, we?
What?
Hold on.
Excuse me.
God forbid we don't
Axel,
respond
can
to
you
you
just
within
perk
8
it up a
seconds.
little bit? Are you sure you're sober for all
What?
this sober?
Serve it up.
I hope not. I hope there's no scissor involved in this vocal tone because last time I checked, September ended.
Because what? Or else? Trouble?
Excuse me? Do you want to do, it sounds to me like you're ready to do a hard-hitting interview.
Huh?
Do you want to interview KKK, who is here on the premises with me, and he's a new tuber, just getting into it?
KKK? He's part of the KKK?
Well, that could be your first question.
But
Get
I
over
did,
here.
That is my first question.
So I had this leather jacket in my car because I've been playing like it's gonna get cold one day.
Here's your white hood.
I know. Well, but so I put the jacket on for the first time today. Like I normally try and just am in denial at the end of summer, but I looked way with the hat like it looked way too Nazi-ish for me. Like I could do jacket without
do you
hat.
have a white leather jacket?
No, it's a black jacket. Because like every time like Shogi's like, you're KKK and you wear a Nazi hat.
Yeah.
Well, I was jumping from another. No, it just made me think of another hate. I know it wasn't plane related, but it made me think of a Nazi thought I had today.
But I don't understand why you look like a Nazi.
Just like the jacket looked kind of Nazi-ish with the hat. I thought.
Why?
You know, they have those like it looked like it's kind of like a longer. It just looked very German-y.
Do you hate the Jews?
Love them. Next.
For real?
That's unheard of. I really do.
So what do you hate most about the Jews?
Just said I love them.
Is it their face? Is it the controlling the media? Is it their just general Jewiness?
See, this is like MS level of. Am I supposed to be like shocked?
Or all of the above?
Next question.
So you don't want to answer that?
It's just been done.
Do you love black people? I know your friend does.
Which one?
Future.
No.
JB.
That's right.
How do you know?
Love 'em all day long.
Because she loves black people. Because I asked everybody to find out if they racist or not. And I'm sorry to say I'm not surprised that the guy named KKK does not love black people.
Not the question to really hesitate on. I would say also, but
Where do you get your identity?
Where do you get your identity?
Yeah. That's the Bible question of the week. Where do you get your identity?
What is the Bible question? Do you have a new question each week? How does that
Every
relate
week,
to the
Daddy
Bible?
Jesse gives me another question.
Mm-hmm. Each week he
So where
gives...
do you get your identity?
I want to know more. Wait, Daddy Jesse?
Doesn't want to answer it.
it's so
He nervous.
yeah. It's
Be
so
nervous?
funny how people like the JLP stuff, like in context with JLP, but out of context with anyone. It's like
What's JLP?
it works on. It really clusters people.
Okay, listen, you're letting that woman talk, and that
I
means
know.
you're beta.
Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it.
You got to be the head of the woman in the.
Is this whole like the beta thing is really in? Every time I like get in,
Yeah.
that's like the
It
new
might
like.
be in where you live. I'm not into being beta at all.
Who thinks about this stuff?
I'm into
Is this
alpha.
supposed to be shocking? Like, do you think you are on
What?
the cutting edge of comedy by making everything black, Jew, Asian, beta?
What about blacks, Jews, and Asians? You hate them all, right? Because you're in the KKK, right?
Yeah. It's just boring.
So you're saying I'm too edgy for you. You can't handle it.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a damn shame.
you busted me.
Did you know that all thoughts are lies from Satan? What other things do you find edgy in life? PG movies? Roller coasters?
I mean, we'll talk about.
Yo mama jokes?
Hey, they're well written. Roller coasters, I'm terrified of.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really. I mean, it's more.
Not
Yeah.
surprised.
Sounds like. Go on.
Beta!
I'm so out of the loop. I feel like I've been like in a coma. And then come.
That's because you got away from your manhood and you let your mom control you and put thoughts in your head. Your Satan is your daddy, and all of your thoughts are lies from Satan. And your life is never going to change unless you do the silent prayer. Are you ready? Would you like to move forward towards alpha maledom, or would you rather suffer and die?
All right, let's hear the. Well. All right. I'm just in no mood.
Number one, stop having sex out of wedlock.
Cess out of
Forgive your mother. That's number two.
But this is
3,
silent.
recognize that no man is good, and that man over woman, woman over children, God over man.
Alright, it's like ironic Christian.
Ironic about it. Is it ironic that you're a man but you have your mother's nature? That's ironic.
I don't think so. No, but your whole shtick is like.
Is it ironic that your name is John but you never used the bathroom? Is it ironic that your name is KKK but you're offended by racist jokes? That's ironic.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that was the one. Okay, you got 1 point on me. You made one good.
I got all the points. Because I learned from the best.
This is just so like insular. Like it's just like the what's the word? Like all these guys are just so bored. Like Jew, black, no women, men are better than women. It's like even you're
Listen.
like over yourself.
Lando Walker makes a good point, which is that rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man is not ironic. It's actually beautiful.
Yeah.
What's your philosophy on life?
I don't go.
I'm glad you're taming your broad, though. That's good.
Broad or bra?
Don't evade that question. What's
My
your
philosophy on life.
Yeah, great question.
I still didn't hear where you get your identity from.
Me neither, huh, son?
Or are we going to save that talk for Manhood Hour?
Right.
I'm getting a little worried. Did you take your pills today? I don't think you know what words mean.
True. I feel like I'm at my own personal
I feel like Joe from the Joe Show was making more sense.
What was he saying? Hello!
But I digress.
Why can't you answer any of these questions like I can?
God above Jesus, Jesus above man, man above woman, woman above child, Postbusters above this guy. You got that right.
Do you know Longmont Potion Castle?
What?
You kind of have his cadence.
Are you talking about magic potions?
Look him up. You kind of talk like him.
What is it? It's a castle where you get magic potions.
He's a prank phone call guy from Colorado.
Yeah.
He's kind of like if you were funny.
Oh, so
and interesting
really
and creative.
If I'm already extremely
It's like
funny,
who you want.
then you must be really...
Like I thought you would know because it's like who you like think you're being, but it's like a natural thing.
The premise of your joke is flawed because I am.
It's not a joke. I'm serious.
Many people confirmed funny. I have a certificate and everything that says this guy makes.
Yeah, this is like a Longmont.
You are very evasive, I have to say.
Because I don't want to explain my life philosophy to some. God, it's like a copy
Let's hear
of a
you
copy.
say something funny, Mr. Laughs a Minute.
I'm not. I don't have to prove anything. I don't claim to be funny. I don't have to give you nothing.
Are you a funny person?
I've been told I don't crack myself up.
You're just a critic. You're just a natural critic.
Yeah, I guess so.
What are your 10 best talents?
Talent? 10?
Why are you so nervous? Have you not? Are you hiding your pills something
today? Do you really think 10? That's a lot to.
Why don't you answer one question?
He's afraid.
I'm not feeling it.
Why are you afraid? Why don't you just
You've never been on stream
bored.
Before.
Oh, well, give me a good one.
I gave you like 5.
None of them were good.
He doesn't like
well, you know, sometimes you gotta answer the first question to get to the next one.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have. You're supposed to have your philosophy of life ready to go, like there's some branded.
No, you just come.
Well,
just say.
If you're living your life with any set of direction, then you have a philosophy.
I mean, why would I want to share it with this guy?
Well, I think you're.
What's gonna come next?
You want to share it? Maybe if you share your philosophy with me, I can get back on track.
If you would drop the whole shit,
well,
have you forgiven your mother
like
though?
I don't know.
Because you don't want to be ruled by fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I have to forgive her for?
I mean, do you have anything? Do you feel like you've become like her because you were angry at her for not raising you?
I think about
both of those things.
Yeah.
Well, then you need to say to your mom, "I forgive you for not doing a good job raising me."
Oh God.
Just
You know
tell
what?
her. Don't ask for forgiveness.
You know what box of worms?
Giving
that
you
would
her
open?
nature.
Wait.
I can already tell.
When she was
Yeah.
gonna kill herself, me for being an awful son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, Hoxbox, is that what JLP says to do? Like, when you go and forgive your mother, you say, I forgive you for not being a great mother? I think you're adding that to it.
Why are you letting her talk? You're supposed to be the man in the room.
Yeah.
Who's JLP?
See, that's a message that I still have to send to Joe, I guess, because he is never speaking to me again.
Oh boy. But yes, that is how you do it. Do you let your mom drive you in the car, sir?
Me?
Yes.
No, she does not drive mostly.
I said sir, and he says who, me?
Right.
Good, because that's Beta.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think the last time I drove her was to, oh no, yeah, I brought her to a concert, maybe.
No, did she drive you?
No. She doesn't drive on the highway or anywhere, really.
So you would say you're not a man with his mother's nature.
Well, I mean, something I fight against, because, I mean, you have your parents in you, you have their genes, and you see some of the dispositions, and maybe you see what you want to be and don't want to be, and some of her, like, hermit, like, I could see me going that way.
You could see yourself becoming a hermit?
Right.
So you're not a man with his mother's nature. You're more of a woman with her mother's nature.
Wait, say it again?
You're
not
saying you're a woman with her mother's nature.
As opposed to the other one where I'm a man?
Are you a man? No man is good. Did you know that? Only God is good.
Right. See, he just loses me with, like, the whole, like...
Why are you sad?
Trying to be edgy thing.
Why is he
I'm just
sad?
getting nuts on my, like, charge, because I heard all about you, and I'm like, it seems pretty... And then I'm just kind of like, you're like a psychic vampire. I'm just getting no charge off you. I mean, I'm sure when you drop the shtick, it's your alright.
What?
Are
Name
you drunk?
one edgy thing I've said today.
Well, no, your whole identity is like, I mean, I'm sure you're like I'm sure the real you is that you don't like is probably a better person than the fake person that you can get a couple of, like, faux radio shock jocks to, like.
Jarvis,
You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I think that's definitely true. But the good thing about Hoxbox is he is his genuine self, like 95% of the time.
All right. Well, that's good to know. I won't give up on him.
Is he getting sweaty?
I mean, it's like, is he not the word? It's like, answer a damn question. But I'm telling you, he's like a slippery.
Why are you?
Like, just asking.
Worried that I'm going to say something edgy.
Well, I feel like everything is so, like, definite.
What do you mean? I know, so that you can never say anything, but it's like, you have to only, it's like, I get that, and I can relate to it, but it's like, I know that, like, the only way.
Well, and, like, into how to get it.
Is like,
and I'm just trying to get.
Trying things out.
Well, and it's to, like, different people. Like, how do we get to this guy?
What? How did he get?
No, like, how could I, like, explain something where we could have a real conversation?
Well, I think that if you just did, I know that, like, he's voting on the JLP stuff, and that, like,
still don't know what that
throwing
is.
you off and making you think a certain thing. But I think if you really gave.
Well, we're getting somewhere with the mom thing.
Yeah, like, honestly, he's got huge mom. And what
does he think I'm gonna, like, make fun of him?
Because I
They're
think
all
those
so
are really
insecure,
good.
these people like this.
No, I think you're being insecure.
I think you're being insecure.
So
Tell
what
me how
are
I'm
you,
insecure.
what's, well, at least I'm honest about it. But what are your mother issues?
So what am I insecure about?
Well, no, he said, what are your mother issues? And I was also wondering, like, if you had to say Hotbox, would you say that you have, cause, like,
So
I
that's
wonder about this
question number
stuff.
4.
Like, I think the
that you
JLP
don't wanna
questions are, like, actually really good
Interesting.
questions. What? Let me just
Some
ask.
people say that I'm the portrait of confidence.
Okay.
So I don't have any insecurity.
Okay.
Ask me anything.
Okay.
What
I
are your
wanna
issues
voice
with your mother?
Would you say, yeah, what are your issues with your
My issues with my mother no longer exist because I've forgiven her.
Okay,
What were
they when they existed?
Your turn.
It's like,
Okay, fine. Your turn, and then ask him your
I
second
told
question.
you.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it. Like, we're gonna do this. Like, shave me down. Shave me down. So now this is how the game plays. Now, so you just asked a question. Cunha's gonna answer your question. Then he gets to ask you a question. Then
And
you
if
have
I
to
can't
answer
come up
it.
with an answer within the first 5 seconds, you don't make fun of me.
Well, that's an unwritten rule, but obviously be aware of them.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Nope, he said his mother issues no longer exist.
You're right.
And then he said, wait.
I don't need to say anything.
No, and then you asked him a question, right? What did you say? Hoxie?
I don't know. I asked him like 5 questions.
No, but just ask him one question. Remember about the mom thing?
Right.
Oh, you might have just said now because you answered the question, you get to ask Cunha a question, and then he'll answer, and then he gets to ask you a question. Okay.
Okay.
So now you
have you ever had sex in a McDonald's?
No. My question for you is: have you ever had sex at a McDonald's? I mean, why would you ask that? You must have a story.
Nah, only Dairy Queen.
Is that a fantasy? In a dairy?
And it wasn't even with a person. It was with a sandwich.
Right. I don't want to say it, but it's like you're not funny. I mean, you're probably more funny when you drop the whole.
Say that already.
Like, am I supposed to be like, what? Sex with the sandwich?
This is the question game. It has a rule. So.
Oh yeah, well. Okay.
So now it's
okay.
Question. You wait. You have that
Okay.
other question lined
It's a better attempt at an answer than you've given. So.
All right. Well, your turn. Your turn.
Yeah, your turn, Hawk.
All right. What's your question?
No, you get to.
Is that his question?
You ask the question.
Unless that's your question.
Okay, that's your question.
Is there a delay?
No, that's.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to ask your question.
Yeah.
A delayed personality that we're dealing with right now.
What were your issues with your mother before you forgave her?
I guess just taking things too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Controlling.
She didn't get it. No, what would be an example of her taking?
Hey, I need you to answer some questions before you go do some follow-up questions.
Do we get to Yeah, what?
You gotta let him finish this question.
All right.
You weren't doing well with conversing, so don't try and skip before you.
Why am I wasting my life talking?
Why are you so uncomfortable?
Yeah, why is this?
Why can't you have fun?
I'm just thinking of the stuff I gotta do and how much.
Well, do your stuff during it.
All right, so where? Okay.
You can still use all your limbs and you're in.
So what? Oh yeah. So you were okay. You were telling me.
Are you still answering the question, Hotspot?
I don't know what. No, I already answered the question.
Okay,
This guy is a stick in the mud. He's a sourpuss.
I mean, I'm glad.
Very
you
emotional
imagine
today.
like this, like, I would be even
Make
more
sure-
invested. I'm
Make
glad.
sure you have some
That means
chamomile
I'm doing
tea
good
tonight
when
so
a
you
person
can get
like
to
this
sleep.
does, like, thank God you don't like me.
I can hear your mother's nature pouring out of every pore in your body.
Right.
Double entendre.
I feel like you're hiding some crimes you've committed.
I wish.
I kind of feel like that too.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, because he's already changing the subject to whether or not I'm funny, instead of just answering the very sincere, serious questions right in front of me.
Oh, so what?
There's nothing funny about asking questions about your dangerous past, which I now know that you've been up to no good.
Right. Whose turn is it?
You're done asking your question. Answering your question. It's your turn to ask a question.
What are your crimes? What crimes have you committed?
Good question.
Think about it.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
He's
I
hesitating.
want to
He's wondering
give you
what
good
he's going
answers.
to cover up.
I can think of something.
Can you?
What? Were they crimes of passion?
Prank phone. I had the police come to my house when I was in 5th grade for prank phone calls.
Oh.
Well, my question
What are you
was going to
saying?
be, what do you think my crimes were?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But what about the ones you're covering up, obviously?
Well, why don't you list a couple? How about you actually list a couple? I'll tell you whether I've done it or not. Well, I don't know.
Okay, what have you done? Have you ever assaulted them?
I wish I did. And tell them.
Have you ever driven around in an ice cream truck and whistled at children?
Yeah, see? No.
Have you ever shoplifted?
Yes.
Have you ever stolen anything?
Isn't that shoplifting?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Cool. Anything good?
It's all bigger than that.
How's you?
What did you steal?
I mean, like, just food when I've had no money.
Yeah.
Nothing. But then, like,
Did
I was talking to some girl who told me I need to start stealing hair dye. Did I ever what?
you stole hair dye?
I know, but someone was just telling me I should
Did you ever
start.
go dumpster diving?
Yes, I have.
You saw me.
No, I haven't. Is dumpster diving a crime?
Someplace. No, I don't know. Yeah, if it's locked up, it is.
Okay, well, I've never broken into a dumpster that was locked.
Yeah, I would have thought you'd be an expert on dumpster diving.
Yeah, I want to get more into it.
Yeah.
You ever do it?
Cool.
No, do you ever dumpster dive?
Oh.
Have you ever dumpster dived?
Yeah, a few times.
Okay.
You can get some wrapped food. Lando gets a lot of great snacks in there.
Yeah, I never got food. But yeah, when I worked at a supermarket, I mean, the amount of food they threw away. Believe you me.
Okay, Hogspot, it's your turn. And you gotta ask him a question that's not the same question that he asked you. It's like,
Okay. Question.
Yep.
not you, Hogsparks. You're doing great.
Wait, I can't ask a question?
No. Yeah, you can. No, you're doing great. I'm just saying. I was saying something to Cunha that does not apply to you. So you can ask the question. I'm sorry.
Ask a question. Why do you say act? Are you insulting black folks across America?
Do I say axe?
Are you offended by her use of act?
No, I am not. See, I feel like maybe it's because I feel like he's in this like comedian mode that like he wants like a funny answer, and then I feel like maybe I'll let him down by giving the real answer because of the whole shtick thing. Like I feel like I mean the answer's no, but he wants me to.
I think I'll have to play this this thing
like wacky. Maybe that's for part of the disconnect.
Well, you could do that. I mean, you can do. You
God
get
forbid
to answer however you want.
God forbid not Mr. Wacky.
That's great. I mean, but it's like nobody's asking you to be Mr. Wacky. Right?
Yeah, but you like.
But if you're,
But like, what kind of questions are you offended by acts? Like, it's like you set me up for like we're at an improv class.
well, you just answer the question.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just answer?
All right,
and
the
now
answer
you get
is
a question
no.
to
I'm
ask.
not. Okay, my question is, who is your favorite comedian? Today.
Oxbox. I heard it sound.
Does that mean Hawks?
Oxy.
Foxy. He never waits this long.
No, I heard a little Discord sound. It sounded like possibly he's not there. But his internet goes out all of a sudden all the time, so it might be that. What happened, Hawksis Boxes? He's trying to mediate a good conversation over here. I don't know what happened. Uh-oh, my glasses. High school glasses. Hey, girl. Oh, check it. Jill.
Oh, sex.
What happened? What are you doing? Anal sex? What? The Hoxie is in a rare mood tonight, I guess. I don't know. I thought I was in on it, and now I might be, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Just getting trolled over here, something. I hate that word. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that word. I take that back. I hardly ever use that word. I don't like it. Not pushing. People have problems with push to talk, where they don't push. Yeah, you're cutting yourself off constantly when you're trying to do this push to talk business.
What do you gotta put?
You're doing it.
Who do I have to blow around here to get a damn working computer?
Nice. See, that came in full and clear. That's what I figured. Did your computer turn off or something? Because I thought you were finally getting somewhere.
Well, I'm using my computer, and there's echo. You got echo.
Echoes.
I'm having a breakthrough. That's what's happening. But clearly, I touched on some uncomfortable subjects that made your friend go away.
Well, I think he's coming back. I think he went to his car or something. I think he'll be back. And he's really, that's why I'm glad that you're doing this hard-hitting interview. He is like...
I was only teasing.
Well, I mean, that's one thing, is people don't know how to react to the JLP stuff when it's foreign to them.
Yeah, that's what makes him so great.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but then I'm like, I have like guilt, so I'm like, I get it, you know. I don't have guilt, but like,
what do you have guilt about?
I'm just saying, like, I know what it's like to get it. Probably more than to be on like the outside of it and being like, why are you saying that, you know?
Right. You're usually hanging around with people and like, I'm one of the chicks that gets it.
No, I'm just talking specifically about JLP references. You know, it's like I haven't had the experience of being emotionally distraught or flustered by people quoting JLP references to me because I've experienced it through Joe from the Joe Show, through Cuneo, through other people. I've experienced the objective perspective of having somebody.
We ruined the Joe Show. We ruined your life.
You ruined the Joe Show?
Okay.
We kind of did, didn't we?
You ruined my life, Fox. What is going on with you tonight?
What do you mean?
Like you are in this like you've got this like personality, this like
attitude tonight.
You're quite the buster tonight. You're trying to say, come on here and say that you ruined my life.
Yeah, what?
Thank you.
I'm not.
Wait a second. That is not an insult of you. It's me admitting guilt for ruining your life.
No, that's not what it sounded like.
Trying to be like tricky, but
that's not
trying to be like
you.
Really? What did it sound like?
Kyle says you're trying to be like me.
I'm trying to be like you.
I don't think
a little bit with that whatever
you're,
that last babble
where's the
was.
compliment?
How did you ruin the Joe Show?
No, he's not.
Yeah, so we fucked up the Joe Show, right? Like after that night of the phone calls and stuff, he never wanted to talk to you again, right?
Yeah, and you didn't do it for any good reason because you guys could be calling into the Joe Show, you know, and proving that it's not me. It's like he thinks that I like planned on was my, you know, it's like he puts all of that JLP references and all on me. And like I just haven't had the time to disambiguate it. But
okay, let me ask you a question. When you saw all of that, like whatever you want to call it, going down, why did you start talking about your vagina? Don't you think that would make it worse?
Because people were calling in and asking him about his prostate and being like, oh my God, you haven't gotten it checked. That's a big problem. So I was literally relating to him like as a fellow because he was a little bit honest about the prostate thing. And then people were like, oh, like you.
Wait, he was talking about his own prostate?
People were calling in and asking him about his prostate, which led him to say that he had not gotten his prostate checked and did go to the doctor, which led me to relay trying to help out a friend who is obviously getting a lot of calls from a lot of people talking about White History Month and asking about his prostate. So I told him I didn't go to the gynecologist for a long time and lied about going to like my mom because I was afraid of it. It sounds like he's afraid to get his prostate checked. And then when I finally did go, the fucking woman who was my mother's doctor in a very unethical way that I definitely didn't know was going to happen. It was not.
Wait, so this was before you even got your exam? Somebody fingered you?
No, it was like he did the exam. It was like, it's like.
While you were waiting?
Is it okay? There's an intern in the room. And I'm like, this is my first time ever at the gynecologist, okay? And so she like goes over everything. And like I said, okay, yeah, it's okay that like there's an intern in the room. Like when you're talking about this stuff, she never said, okay. And then at the last minute, when we go to like do the procedures on your vagina, I'm going to walk out of the room and this intern that you're like, yeah, it's okay for an intern to be in the room who's like this 20-year-old guy is going to do all this stuff with your vagina. You know? It's like she never.
Yeah, that's something you probably want to know, right?
It's like I'm sure they get
like,
no
what the
experience.
fuck? Put on gloves at least.
It's like I get it from. It's like I'm sure that like nobody wants to agree to have like a young intern, like male intern, like do that shit, like whatever the gynecological exam to them. So they probably like sneak them in. Like I just felt like taken advantage of because it's like this is my first time ever doing this. Like that's just, I've never had anything like that happen to me. Any doctor.
So like it was secretive, like you were talking to the doctor and then
it was like
the doctor walks out.
Yeah, it was not.
And you're like, I feel something.
You know what? I'm with Cuneo. You're not worth talking to. Tonight, you're wasting.
Really? What did I do? I thought these were good questions.
It's not worth talking to you.
So glad.
You know what? Like I couldn't get it. I was like,
but he almost gets there. And
just open up, just be real. But
that's what I tried to do.
Wait, what happened?
Is
he turning you against me? I don't know.
Is he like broadcasting to people
not
who are like,
worth it.
Like, is he like, is the joke?
Where did I lose you?
Fun of us and he's like.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Where did I lose
every
you?
time like you give an honest answer, then like you think he's with you, then.
Like I felt something. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude,
like,
I'm still talking to you. Are you fucking serious? I'm still talking to you, and you were answering, and then I don't know what happened.
You just said, "Oh yeah," so like she's up the room, and then you felt something. It's like you're not like laying there with your eyes closed. Like I just feel like you're not even listening.
I can't know the answer to the question before I ask.
Yeah, no, you can't.
That's why I asked the question.
Like ask a stupid question and not even be listening to the story.
You're all cranky today.
Why don't you tell us about the most embarrassing, violating thing that's ever happened to you?
Wait a second. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you if this is why you're angry at me? Do you think I was making light of a traumatic experience?
Dude, nobody fucking thinks in those terms. Are you kidding me? Like what do you... Like, I was just telling you what happened and whatever. You know? It's like I've already... I don't know. I've already been...
No, that's
I wasn't
cool,
expecting
but like,
Joe
what
to
the
like
fuck did I
to
say?
yell
It's
at
got
me
you
and
all
walk off the show
upset.
when I'm telling this story. So, you know, maybe I have like what is it called? Like you like have like I think it's beyond PTSD if you have like
CPTSD,
a
complex
traumatic experience, and then
PTSD.
every time you bring it up, it's like another traumatic experience. You know, like not that this is a traumatic experience, but like it's like that's what makes it hard for me to reach out to Joe is like because Joe's like still like justifiably like pissed at me where it's like the reality is like oh, I didn't do it backwards. Oh.
Couple backwards shirts. Thanks a lot, Hawks.
What happened?
Damn it. I didn't do the script backwards on my potato stamps. It's gonna come out backwards because I can't believe I did that. Like,
Really?
what the fuck? You know, like if you make a stamp, you have to do it, write it backwards. Do you get it? Do you understand? Oh, see, but then when I put in the camera, it comes out right. But
it's an internet over.
They must change that. Like when people show script or something on a YouTube channel or on a video or whatever, it doesn't come out backwards, does it? Or does it? I feel like there's something that gets like done to fix that, but I don't actually know it.
They might do it themselves.
Mm.
Wait, we've got... Yo, okay. On a camera. And hold on now.
Okay, so Hoxie, are you there? What the fuck, Hoxie? What the fuck?
What was happened last time?
What do you mean?
When you left.
I don't know. I think he was having problems with his computer. Hoxes.
Oh.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
Sleep for real at my dad's tonight.
Where?
At my father's.
I thought you weren't allowed there.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. So you had to be gone by Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. But, I don't know. He's really... he's all over the place. Or like, I told you about how he's down for cigarettes. He's blaming that.
No.
Oh, yeah. Well...
Getting that for what?
His like hypermanic, whatever stressful state he's in. Like my grandfather told him he looked like shit. Well, my grandfather, he got like LASIK eye surgery, and I guess the first time he saw my dad after that, he, "What the hell are you doing? You look like shit." So right after that, he vowed to quit smoking, and now he like goes for walks. Just the most uncharacteristic. Like, just the idea of him going for a walk, I can't even picture. But even then, like, a week ago, he's like, this cop was following me on my walk. I didn't do anything. But so now he's down to 4 cigarettes. And it's like the beast is out. But
Oh, he's blaming that on what?
well, this is like, because you know, like his anxiety. He thought that the cigarettes were like his anxiety medicine, and now, and so like he's blaming only the lack of nicotine on his constant frantic. Like, it's like he can't really talk to him that usually. It's just like so frantic. Like it's just like, why does he try and like have a conversation? Oh, what are you doing? Like every time I go, this is the conversation we have every time I go. Where the hell are you going? I'm peeing. What? Peeing. Turn the light off. Sorry.
Well, don't.
I mean, but like when, like if I get up, and like if I stand up from a chair, it kind of bothers him.
Don't you think it would be better if you aren't everything?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just need a place to sleep a little because I haven't really gotten good sleep the last while. I just want to be focused for the moment, so I try not to bother me too much. Let's see. Last chance.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Why did I do this? I didn't know. Wow. I gotta vote. Figure out. Have you ever tried white clothes with issues of non-whiteness? White again? There's got to be a way, but it's not just putting your fucking regulation laundry bleach into the mix. Because I tried that and my whites did not come back out white. I mean, you're like make laundry commercials.
Yeah. I think I paid that. Explain that on the commercial. I don't know. I just.
Oh,
Oxy.
Oxy. Oxy, what is going on over there with your disappearances? Oxy.
I'm just gonna listen. That was him, like, wrong.
Sure sounded like a lesbian to me.
I'm gonna say something I'm doing.
Me and Oxy both identify as lesbian. So that part was not necessarily bad, but it could have been.
That's like when you pick up the phone after our name, listening on something, you like let a breath get it. Like, someone here. You gave it away, huh? You done gave it away.
That's very much what Discord is kind of like. It's real.
Mark Maron calls them the army of unfuckable hate.
What, Discord?
Well, not them, but like the whole like Reddit, 4chan culture.
Do you go on Reddit?
I have, like, if I was to answer.
You don't have the USB thing? You can give me the stuff on?
Oh, I
Guess I could try and pretty much.
yeah. Sure.
You're gonna come right here after the end, right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you working?
I never responded, so I don't think so. I honestly can't. But I don't know.
Hey, I got a question.
Okay, there you are. I don't know what you're doing.
What?
I got a question.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got a vague non-answer.
Sorry, I got. Okay, how many sticks can you fit up your ass? Because it sounds like you've got quite a few up into that.
Yeah. And then you're gonna be like, Kyle, you didn't give a good answer.
Nobody's ever said that.
I don't know. 5. Who's your favorite comedian? That's a question you never
Good
answered.
answer. 5?
He
Yeah.
said 5, and he said, "Who's your favorite comedian?" Which now you have to.
Wait, he has 5 sticks up his ass?
Yeah.
How did you get them up there? Did you do it all at once?
No, you have to
Did you
answer
sit on a
it
pile of
question
sticks?
for question. He just asked you, "Who's your favorite comedian?" So if you want to ask that question, you
Sam Hill.
Sam
Sam
Hill.
Hill.
Is he like? Yeah. See, he's like the fake alt-right guy.
No, I think you're thinking of Sam High.
Oh, who's Sam Hill? I forget it. Let's break from the
He's
question
just a
format.
really funny guy.
He's who is he?
Really funny guy.
What is okay?
Sam Hyde is not alt-right.
Okay. Well, cares.
But I'm not surprised that you think that.
Yeah, God forbid I don't want to research some guy.
Because my jokes are already too edgy for you, Mr. KKK.
Yeah.
Is that your nickname, or does she just call you that?
My birth name.
What?
What? Sam Hill. But that's a Merle Haggard song. I just was. I
You're
want
gonna
to
answer his question audibly, and then you're gonna ask the question.
Who?
So he asked you, "Is that your name, or does she just call you that?"
She started it. I mean, it got around, so I guess it's become a nickname.
And now you can ask the question.
Okay. What do you mean?
I mean, you just asked your question.
Yeah, but I feel like I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just. I'm. Can't Sam. Is this a joke answer? I can't find Sam Hill anyway. Sam Hill comedian.
This is what I tell Sam Hill every week.
Oh, he's like a no. I meant like who's like a national like.
He doesn't want to say why he got those sticks up his ass. I know.
Nobody finds Sam
No, who's like your
Hill on the
favorite?
internet.
Who's your favorite
He's
famous
supposed
comedian?
to be famous on the internet.
Who's your favorite
Louis
comedian?
C.K.
Louis C.K. All right.
Now it's your
Is he
question.
famous enough for you?
Heard of him. I was at one of his specials.
What?
He was at one of his specials. Now it's your turn.
You like his special?
He was at one of his specials.
What group are you? Fuck! You want to do that again, bitch?
Who are you talking to? Your cat?
I don't fuck in groups.
Yeah.
What did she do? Or he.
Good question.
Honestly,
was my mistake.
What the Sam Hill's going? I'm listening to this. There's this podcast because there's so many whole music that I never get around to listening to.
He's a real fan of Sam Hill. Right?
Well, it's a
the
podcast
great Sam
called
Hill.
The 500, where it's like a book club, but it goes down the list of the 500 Rolling Stone 500 greatest albums. And the last one I listened to was Merle Haggard, and he had a song called Sam Hill, where he said, "I want to know what the Sam Hill's going on." And it's quite. If you didn't think Sam Hill, I would have no.
Do you love anal? Do you love anal?
Got 5 sticks up my ass. You tell me.
My turn. That's my question. Do you love anal?
I just answered it.
He answered
And
it.
you tell me.
So now it's your question, too.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what was his answer?
He said, well, I got 5 sticks up my ass, you tell me.
That's more of a command than a question.
That doesn't count.
That counts. You guys got to get better at this game. Okay, it's Cunio's turn.
How did you discover Unbleached?
Good question.
He just became a viewer of my show and asked me to come on his show.
All right. I have many follow-up questions, but I know this is a strictly regimented.
Go ahead. What do you got?
No, it's your turn. You have to ask a question first.
I gotta go. So make it really
okay,
good.
Mediator.
You're welcome.
Game show host.
Thank you.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Hello.
And it's your turn to ask a question. You can ask a throwaway question so he can get back to those hard-hitting, unbleachy questions. You just gotta ask a question. Foxy.
It's like I did anal, juice, sex with the ones.
Foxy. Foxy.
Bye guys.
Foxy, you're blowing.
He's like a lame
several
Nardwar.
times saved a hard-hitting interview for you.
Well, I'm sure we'll need
That, like, what the fuck? Is this really, what's wrong with your internet? To this degree? I didn't hear no doop bloop. You're still there. I see you. Oh, not there. Ah.
Bye, Hoxie.
Hoxie, your system is bringing you down here. Unless there's something wrong with me and my setup, but I don't think there is, girl. Except everything has gone black just now, so yeah. But this happens from time to time. What? Why is it gone? It's all gone black on me. Okay. I guess it's working. Circling. I guess it's working. I just can't stand it. Okay. I guess it's working. it's really hard
Yes, it's
for
working.
me
I just lost.
and Hoxie Boxy to be working computer to computer is understandably difficult because I think we both have pretty much built-in institutionalized technical issues. So it's hard to tell what's going on. Offline. Oh, it's offline. Uh-oh. Why is my other one not? Coming back live. Okay, it's still working. Matthew Cicero, you have a good gynecological story to share? Okay, if you write it down, I will. I don't think it's not my mattress. It's what I've did with my body. That's putting me in pain. I sleep on a pretty good both mattresses. I have two mattresses that I sleep on. They're pretty good. But can't watch that. Oh my god. Seance is live. Is Seance live now? Oh my god. What's with all these notifications? I wanted to listen to this thing that came up. But now it's not here.
When his first album, Freak Out, was released, now he's freaking us out with his autobiography, The Real Frank Zappa Book. Please welcome Frank Zappa. Yeah.
Real good band.
Nice posse to ride with.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't you have a driver's license?
Well, once upon a time I had one, but refused to stand in line with the Department of Motor Vehicles in Southern California ever again when it expired in 1967. You've been there too? I mean, I resent having to spend 4 hours of my life being shuttled from line to line, questioned by people who shouldn't be in that job in the first place. Never go anywhere, so I figured I'd just stay home and make my wife get a license.
I was shocked when they told me, they said, well, you know, Frank doesn't drive. We were talking about getting you here. And is it that bad?
Well, it was to me at that impressionable age. You know, you go in there and 4 hours out of your life when you're that age.
You have a thing about
Time.
romantic lyrics, love lyrics. What is your beef with love lyrics?
Well, they're not for me. You know, I just think that love lyrics have done a lot of damage in America. You hear these songs about love, and you get this idea that it's going to be wonderful, and then you go out there and do it, and it's a mess. You know, and it's created all these expectations in the audience. And love lyrics have helped to create an atmosphere of bad mental health in America. I just refuse to participate.
I mean, okay. You take a song like Weekend in New England or with Barry Manilow, or you listen to a Luther Vandross song where he says, let me hold you tight if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away my fears. It would be all right if only for one night. Now what's wrong with a lyric like that?
Well, let's look.
So you mean he really doesn't want to hold her tight?
He wants to hold her real tight, you know? The thing is, I mean, it's just as easy to sing that as I want to hold. Luther, come on, get with the program.
I guess you can't have a real love affair one night, huh?
Not unless you're in a real big hurry.
What's in this book, The Real Frank Zappa book?
Well, first of all, the good news. The type is really large and it has cartoons in it.
You're right.
Look how big that type is. This is exactly what we need.
Okay.
Is this my book?
All done? See, it was fast, too.
Look, we'll take a commercial and we'll come right back and we'll talk more about what's inside there and what's inside. Oh, okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How come you never let them play a whole song on television?
Okay.
How come you never let them play a whole song on television? Because that's a good band, and you should let them play on television, not just during the commercials.
You have a good point. You really have a good point because they're
just one song. Just one song.
They're probably better than some musical guests that we have.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
What?
Tomorrow night? Yeah.
All right.
We go riding with the posse tomorrow night.
Thank you. No, I just want to see live music stay on television.
You should be a producer. You just produced the segment for tomorrow night.
I never want to see that happen.
That's how my career started, actually.
Accidents will happen.
That's a long story. I don't know if they know that, but we won't tell it again.
They know that story.
Let's talk about things on television. CNN. What do you think of CNN?
I started watching CNN when you didn't have to pay for it. You know, now they're scrambling it and you have to pay to see all this right-wing hogwash they have. But CNN started off as a very good idea. You could see news all the time. And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it started going more and more and more to the right. And I think that right now, in order to watch CNN and extract news, you have to read between the lines so much and filter out all the speculation that they include in the news stories. I mean, showing the pictures and telling people what happened, cut and dry, that's the news. But when you force a person who is a participant in the news story to speculate on what it really means, I think that's pushing it. And they stay on that stuff too much.
Now, I've actually seen you on CNN.
Yeah, sure. I've been on there. In fact, they interviewed me the other day. I put a thing in my book about CNN and how I think they've gone down the tubes. And they interviewed me about that. And I told the same thing to them. Yeah. But let me give you an example of a CNN technique. Okay? Once upon a time, there was a news story that was announced by the anchor like this. Dan Quayle will now be involved more in government policy-making decisions. So what do we see for videotape? Here's George Bush. He's wearing a white shirt. He's got his sleeves rolled up. He's holding a box of popcorn. And he's in a movie theater. And behind him, in the darkness, is Dan Quayle walking around like a little clone in the background. And right behind George Bush is Dan Aykroyd and Kim Basinger. And obviously, they are at the premiere of a movie called My Stepmother is an Alien. Now, this is a Weintraub Entertainment Group film. And Mr. Weintraub and Mr. Bush are friends. I did some research. I found out how this story came about. George called Weintraub and said, "Do you have a movie?" he needed a little promotional thing to stick on the air. This is obviously a plug for a movie, and it's introduced as a story about Dan Quayle. Now, that's an abuse of the news, I think.
Yeah. You were in the news a while back. I think I even CNN talking about this when Tipper Gore was trying to have albums censored, put an R, put an F. So whatever system they were, I was surprised to see you heading the protest. Why wasn't someone like Prince involved with you in that? I mean, I don't know.
Lord, he should have been involved in it, but I think that it's his right to keep his mouth shut. It's also Bruce Springsteen's right to keep his mouth shut, and anybody else that they went after. They never attacked my lyrics. They attacked those people. They even went after Michael Jackson.
But you fought real hard for these people, and it was